this?
I'm asking myself the same question. Literally. No, this can't be happening. What are you doing here?
Well, I'll tell you that when you tell me where here is. Is this cosplay? Oh, do you want a selfie, bro? I'm sorry.
We're not. No. I'm also the Flash.
You're also the what?
The Flash?
The Flash? The Flash?
It's complicated.
I like your outfit. It seems
Thinking
comfy.
yours is pretty cool.
Smooth.
Seems safe and
breathable. Found Barry Allen. No! What does that mean? How can this...
This should be impossible now.
It should be impossible now?
You don't know about the...
Oh my God, don't do this to me. I don't know about the what. You okay?
I don't figure this was possible.
What does this mean?
What's going on, everybody? It is Mr. 560 here, 560 Gaming TV, and if you have not seen it, last night's episode, Crisis on Infinite Earths, spoiler alert, I think that DC has played the long game. I'm saying, since they started this whole DCEU shared movie universe, I believe that DC has been playing the long game right now. The Flash from the Justice League movie showed up in the CW Arrowverse on Crisis on Infinite Earths. It was a cameo, and it was quick. It wasn't like too quick. It was long enough, like meaning we got to sit there and see these two. We got to see the Flash from the DC movies standing right across from the Flash in the TV shows, and it was like, wait a minute, what? I'm thinking they already had this shit planned for a long time. And also, it makes me think about that scene where Batman was, where Bruce Wayne was chilling by his computer and the Flash visited him. Like, he thought he was dreaming, but the Flash was actually talking to him through the Speed Force. And it looked like a breach. And the Flash was basically saying, like, you were right all along, and this, that, and the other. And he was like, oh, is it time? Was it time? Am I too soon? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. They may be bringing the Anti-Monitor or the Monitor into this. I have no idea. I don't know what's going. This brings up so much. I don't want to connect the two, honestly. I don't want to connect the two scenes. But if Barry Allen was in the Speed Force at that moment from the movie, and technically, even though it's been like, what, 2 years since that movie came out, and since he was in the Speed Force of that movie, and then he ends up in the Speed Force on the Flash TV show, or the Crisis on Infinite Earths. I don't know. It's confusing. It makes me wonder. It makes me think about this kind of stuff. But I like it. I loved it. I love the cameo. I could be reading in too much into it, but who cares? As a fan of both Marvel and DC and of other really kick-ass fantasy, science fiction, comic book franchises, this kind of stuff just my nerd sense tingling. Like, bruh, like I'm on high. Like when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, son, that shit is hot. I'm on high alert right now. You gotta understand, I'm on high alert. My ears are ringing, my head is buzzing. I'm wondering, I'm on a high that I haven't smoked bud in weeks. I ain't been high on no weed in weeks, and I feel high right now. I'm glad. I'm really glad. I'm thankful that DC did it. I don't care if nothing else really comes of it. I'm just thankful of it. And I love how the two of them interacted. It was like quintessential. Both of them were basically in their Flash personas. Whereas the Flash from the DCEU the DC movies is more comical, less serious, but more comical and things like that. And he's like, "Oh, what is this, cosplay? You want a selfie?" So it was really happening for that, and then Grant Gustin's Flash said, "No, I don't think you're supposed to be here." Like, dude, you're not even supposed to be. But if you notice, Crisis on Infinite Earths is merging. They're not really merging comic books. They're merging comic book storylines into the movies, and they're basically merging. It's basically supposed to be a big merge of the TV worlds between all the shows from the past and the present they didn't bring in the old Superboy show, but I'm pretty sure they may have tried to reach out to this dude, but he's probably old as fuck, or I don't know. They couldn't do it, but they did it with the Flash, the old Flash. So I'm not sure why they couldn't bring in the old Superboy from the old Superboy show, but they've been doing a great job of merging those worlds and telling their own narratives, even if it's just cameos, right? From shows in the past that were out back in God knows, like I don't even remember watching the Birds of Prey TV show back in the day. I don't even remember that shit. Like, but it was out, right? It was out, and then you had Smallville, right? They brought in Kevin Conroy from the guy who voiced Batman in the TV shows from the cartoons. So they merged the cartoons technically in some way, right? So they did all of this, and now they merged the movies because they didn't have anything about the movies in there. I mean, they showed the Titans and stuff, and I don't even think they showed. I can't remember. You got to kind of look at the first episode of Crisis and look at the intro, and it shows you all of that. But man, I'm telling you, that was dope. Just the cameo from the Flash in there was dope, and I like how the both of them looked at each other, and they both said to each other, they were looking at each other's suits, and they were testing each other's suits, and they realized, oh, we're getting a little too handsy. Grab me here, let me get it. and look at how they were talking about each other's suits. Think about Ezra's suit, right? Now, mind you, he was only in Justice League, but you got to kind of think that there's been time progression right now, all right? And I'm really ready to see Ezra's Flash movie, but you got to think there's got to be some time progression now, and I'm pretty sure that I hope that in the Flash movie, which is going to be Flashpoint, that they actually pay off this cameo in that movie. That would be fucking phenomenal. But you see that Ezra's Flash's suit is more of an armor kind of thing, right? So it's got to be, it's definitely got to be a little heavier, but it's more protective, right? And you can see the stark difference between the two. And then Grant's Flash, his suit is, more comfortable in design. It's not very protective of him. But then again, the Flash, he takes hits, but he don't take way too many hits. You know what I mean? And his suit is designed so that his team can help him, when his speed healing doesn't kick in and things like that, or, their suit is designed to have certain effects to help him, like to warm him up and things like that. I'm not sure Ezra's Flash suit is made for that. But Grant looked at Grant's Barry Allen from the CW. We're gonna stop calling him Grant. So the Justice League Flash looked at CW's Flash, and he basically said, he's like, man, your suit looks comfortable. Like, I love the design. It looks great. It's like, it looks comfortable, easy to move around in, like lightweight. and then CW Flash looked at the Justice League Flash suit and said, man, your suit looks like it's got a lot of protection in there. He's like, I think they've been wondering, like, maybe we've been doing the wrong thing. So, you can see the admiration from both of them on each of their suits, because think about it, the CW's Arrow, he always takes a beating, and there's not much armor on his uniform, right? On his suit. And the Justice League's Flash, he took some hits, but, honestly, I think he's had more protection. So they both kind of looked at it like there were some pluses for each uniform that they never thought about doing before, which is pretty cool. I'm glad they did it. I hope they pay this cameo off in the Flashpoint movie, which they've been taking way too long to get out. I think DC just did this to kind of help satiate the fans, because the fans really have been wanting to see them connect everything. And this, to me, is a big move on DC's part. Because once again, I think they play the long game. DC, pretty much by combining all of these shows and their movies together, they're showing Marvel, fuck you, we already have a shared universe, and we'll show you how we can put them all together using the CW Arrowverse as the center point. Was a very smart move. DC, Warner Brothers, y'all should have did this shit a long time ago, and I hope that you guys can get your writers to intermingle and come up with some really kick-ass storylines that can blend the movies, the TV shows, and all that stuff together, so that fans can have something to look forward to from one side to the next. Like, if you don't watch the movies, that's okay because you watch the TV shows, but you know that there's things that happens in the movies that you should be seeing. And the ones who watch the TV shows will say, okay, now we need to go watch the movies. And then the ones who watch the movies, they're saying, the casual fans are saying, okay, now let's go see what the TV shows are doing, because quite honestly, we're seeing characters that we've never seen before. Like, wait a minute, why is this Flash here? Who's that? Like, everybody will already know something about something, right? All right, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that DC is going to pay this cameo off, and all the other cameos and all the other stuff for Crisis. I think they have big plans. This is a good step for DC and Warner's. If they're taking this step, if they're doing this, do it. Don't just give fans, don't just do it like fan service, okay? Don't just give us something to kind of be like, hey, here's a nice little cameo for us. Pay that shit off, DC. Do what you gotta do. Marvel is kicking your ass in the movies. Okay, well, we got our TV franchises that are kicking your ass. This could potentially help you guys get more people to sign up for your DC Universe, because now you got the CW shows, and then the DC Universe shows, then the HBO Max shows, and then you're gonna have people dealing with the movies, right? So now you got all these mediums, and then if you start adding in video games, what? Or even the cartoons, because we already know that cartoons like Vixen, and they also have some on the CWC. They also have these shows on CWC, but like the Vixen cartoons, you feel me? Like, there's enough. Listen, they got enough going on now. All we need now on the CW shows, we need Aquaman, Wonder Woman, we need Batman, and we need, who else? Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Green Lightning on the CW Arrowverse shows. Oh, not Green Lightning, Green Arrow. Not Green Arrow, Green Lantern. They got Green Lightning, Green Arrow. So we need Green Lantern, we need Wonder Woman, we need Aquaman, and we need Batman in some form on the CW Arrowverse shows. I know that Green Lantern's having a show on HBO Max, so obviously he'll have some cameos. But we could have we should be able, with the multiverse, we should have her own type of lantern. As a matter of fact, there's multiple Green Lanterns anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like, we could have a Green Lantern in the Arrowverse versus having a Green Lantern versus the Green Lantern that's in the HBO, universe. Although the HBO Max shows could tell a different perspective, we don't have to have the Green Lantern on the Arrowverse have its own show. The Green Lantern on the Arrowverse, the CW shows, could just be a regular, like a supporting character, kind of like John Jones, you know what I mean, on Supergirl. And I think that would work perfectly fine for people, Like, we got our own version of Green Lantern, and then every so often, those two Green Lanterns could, pick up the sword and fight each other, and then, not fight each other, work with each other, There's a lot that they could do. There's a lot of unpacking that they could do, and they've done a lot of unpacking now, and I think that DC Warner Brothers have been playing the long game ever since they thought about shared universes and saw how CW has been doing their shared universe. And CW shared universe is nearly as old as Marvel's shared universe on TV and film. Because Arrow has what, eight years? And the oldest Marvel show, I believe, on TV now is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and that's about, 7 years? 7 or 8 years right now. So, and then you figure that it was only 4 years before that the Marvel Universe started, 2009 with Iron Man, or no, not Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. But as a fan, if you're already ahead of this stuff, if you're already keeping this stuff in your head, you're good to go. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you think that DC has been playing the long game. They have something big in the works. They're going to help. They're going to give the fans what they want, as well as merge their properties and their brands in a universe-like setting with multiverse kind of things and stuff like that. Did you like the cameo? How did you feel about it? This is your boy, Mr. 560. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment in the description if you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to support your boy. I have multiple support options either in the description or in the pinned comment below. Y'all take it easy, man. I will talk to you later. Peace.